If there is even a 1% chance that things will get better, that you will make it, that life will change, you fight. You don't walk away. You don't throw in the towel. You don't surrender. Because sometimes, 1% is all it takes to change your entire life. In this life, nothing is guaranteed. Not success. Not healing. Not happiness. But if you've still got breath in your lungs, even if you're hanging on by a thread, that thread can still pull you forward. Today, I want to speak to the fighters. The quiet ones. The ones who are exhausted. The ones who feel invisible. This is for you. Segment 1, The Power of 1%. Think about it. How many people have been told they only had a 1% chance of survival? And they beat the odds. How many athletes were told they weren't good enough? And they went on to become champions. How many inventors were mocked, laughed at, and told their ideas were impossible? And now we use their creations every single day. 1% doesn't mean it's over. 1% means the door is still open. Just enough space for light to shine in. Just enough room to take one more step. One more step. Segment 2, Real Life Stories Beating the Odds. Let me tell you about a man named James. He was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. The doctors gave him a month. 1 month. They said the survival rate was less than 1%. But James wasn't ready to go. He changed his lifestyle. He sought alternative opinions. He endured grueling treatments. He kept fighting, not because he was sure he would survive, but because he wasn't sure he wouldn't. Today, James is cancer-free. Alive. Thriving. Laughing. Loving. Living. Because he fought for that 1%. Or take the story of a young woman named Priya. She was born in poverty, surrounded by violence, neglected, and abused. She was told she would never amount to anything. School wasn't an option. Opportunity wasn't in her dictionary. But she found a local library. Taught herself to read. Educated herself. Fought for scholarships. She's now a published author, a social worker, and a role model for children in similar situations. She had less than 1% of what others had, and she made it count. Segment 3, What does it mean to fight? When we say fight, we don't always mean a boxing ring. Sometimes fighting means getting out of bed when your depression says stay under the covers. Smiling through the pain, not because you're fine, but because you're choosing to believe you can be. Sending one more job application after 30 rejections. Asking for help when pride tells you to suffer in silence. Fighting doesn't mean winning right away. It means refusing to quit. Segment 4, The enemy is not the world, it's the voice that says why bother. There's a voice in your head. I know you've heard it. It says, this is useless. You're too late. You're too old. You're too broken. You'll never recover. You'll never make it. You know what that voice is? It's fear, dressed as reason. It's doubt, disguised as logic. It's your past, pretending to predict your future. But here's the truth, your future is not written yet. And until it is, there's room for miracles. There's room for change. There's room for your comeback story. Even if it's just 1%, that's enough to silence that voice. Segment 5, 1% is momentum. 1% is small, right? It doesn't look like much. But 1% compounded, over time, becomes something unstoppable. Let's say you improved by just 1% every day. In a year, you'd be 37 times better than when you started. That's not magic. That's math. Progress doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it's a single decision that says, I won't give up today. Segment 6, your story isn't over. You don't need to know how the story ends. You just need to turn the page. Maybe this chapter is painful. Maybe it's the worst one yet. But it's not the final one. Not if you keep going. Not if you keep trying. If you're in a hospital bed, recovering from illness. If you're in a dark place, unsure who you are anymore. If your heart is broken. If your dreams feel out of reach. Just remember, 1% is still something. And something is everything when you feel like you have nothing. Segment 7, fuel for the fight. Here's your fuel. Remember the people who believe in you even if it's just one person. Remember your younger self who hoped for more. Remember your future self who is begging you not to give up now. Remember that hope isn't a guarantee, it's a choice. And when the odds are against you, you don't match their energy, you rise above it. You don't let statistics write your story. You don't let your past define your ceiling. You fight. Even if it's lonely. Even if it's hard. Even if you feel like you're the only one who sees the light. Fight for your life. Fight for your peace. Fight for your purpose. Segment 8, final words, a message to you. To the person listening right now, you are not finished. You are not your failure. You are not your lowest moment. You are not your diagnosis. You are not your mistake. You are more. So much more. And if there is even a 1% chance that you can still become everything you dream of, fight for it. One small act of courage can shift your destiny. Don't wait for certainty. Don't wait for perfect timing. If all you've got is 1%, make it the strongest, fiercest, most relentless 1% the world has ever seen. Outro. This is your moment. Take a breath. Stand up. And fight. Because if there is even a 1% chance, you owe it to yourself to take it. Thank you for listening. If this message touched your heart, share it. Because someone out there needs to hear. Their 1% still matters. Until next time, keep fighting.